Hi YouTube, I am Torstein from Cinema Terror, and today I got another obscure film, this time in the post-apocalyptic action category with The Bronx Executioner. The film is set sometime in the future, where the Bronx has been transformed into a war zone, divided in two parts with one being controlled by androids and the other of humanoids. They are constantly in battle against each other, for some reason, and when the androids kidnaps and rapes the girl that the human-friendly robot Dakar somehow has developed feelings for, Dakar goes in full rage mode and swears to destroy the entire android gang.
Dakar! Dakar, help me!
You'll never want that trouble out again once you've had me.
To do this, he seeks help from a guy named James. He has had a long, desperate wish of becoming a sheriff in this insane town.
The androids. And the android's boss. Her name's Margie. They killed the woman I loved. They killed her, only first they tortured her. It was a horrifying way to die.
He goes through a hardcore training regime, which consists of 5 minutes long training montage in the movie, and is finally accepted in his new role as a sheriff.
Scrape the skin off your back, but move! Impossible.
He accepts Dakar's request for help, and then a 30-minute long action sequence occurs. The end. None of it makes any sense at all, to be honest, and even if I did try to keep attention to what the hell the plot was supposed to be when I was watching this, I just couldn't keep up. The film is basically action scene after action scene with some awful dialogue scenes in between that attempts to glue all the scenes together. It actually takes nearly 50 minutes before Dakar and James even meet up, something that should and would have happened in the first 50 minutes in a more competent film. You could compare this film to being the Italian answer to a Godfrey Ho film, except that a Godfrey Ho film has some more entertainment in them. There is so little to enjoy about The Bronx Executioner that I'm not surprised I've never heard about this film before now seeing it for myself. At first I thought perhaps the insanely bad dubbing was the reason for this, but the more the movie went on, the more messy and incoherent the entire thing felt. Scenes suddenly end, and there are people in it that feel like they're supposed to play a part in the little story that is presented, but nah. The real reason for what the hell happened on this production was first revealed to me after sitting through it. Apparently this film is made up of a lot of footage from the 1984 film The Final Executioner. That could explain why everything seems so out of place. The only actor that was in The Final Executioner and returned to shoot more scenes for this mess was Margie Newton.
He's in love with me, and he hates the humanoids.
Do you love him?
I only love death.
It was nice to see her in this film though. If you don't recognize her, then just know that she was also in the hilarious Bruno Mattei film Hell of the Living Dead and also The Last Hunter and a few other Italian B-movies of the 80s. She does nudity in The Bronx Executioner, and those scenes were clearly the most enjoyable ones in the film. The only other character that have a bit of an interest in it is Dakar, played by Alex Vitale. And that's mainly due to the hilariously bad dubbing that this guy got stuck with.
How could they do that? I have to find them. I'll find all of them and slaughter them.
The voice is so wrong for this character that it unpurposely turns him into a comedic character. I will also give some credits for the arcade-like setup of one of the shooting scenes. That's some pre-Uwe Boll innovation mastery right there. The location of this film does also not sell New York City that the opening shots desperately wants you to fall for. Most of the action takes place outside in a dirty desert, and I'm sure that this stuff was filmed in Italy. Plenty of Italian movies has successfully sold us on taking place in the US, but as with everything else in The Bronx Executioner, they were just unsuccessful. The guy responsible for this mess is Vagno Amici. While I fully respect that the entire task of creating a story around footage from an existing movie is insane and tough, he has to take blame for just how energy lacking the entire thing is. He also did the editing here, so he is to blame for the lack of coherent storyline. I mean, why the hell did the androids and the humanoids fight each other in the first place? Who cares, I guess. Apparently the filmmakers didn't. Except poor Janet Berger, who probably did her best and is actually the first name that pops up when the credit starts to roll, as she is credited with continuity. Needless to say, this is her only credit on IMDb. The Bronx Executioner has a cool title, it smells like a 80s action-filled hidden gem, but no. It takes much for me to dislike a film with this type of aesthetic, but The Bronx Executioner did so. It is a mess of a film that has no right to be a film in the first place, and even if this sounds exactly like the type of film that would suit your B-movie taste, I would still highly recommend that you steer away from this. The Bronx Executioner is awful, and as such it only gets a low score of 1 out of 5. Have any of you out there seen this Eurotrash before? What do you think of it? Did you think I was being too harsh on it? Which forgotten 80s Euro action films do you think is good and deserves more recognition? Let me know about it in the comment section below. Check out my Patreon page if you want to support the channel, and as always, thank you for watching.